Hey, welcome back to ARC Salt Lake, where we cover authentic, relevant, and community-driven stories.
And I would say Jimmer's authentic,
yes,
right?
Yes, he is.
It's time to turn to one of Utah's favorite basketball players, Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, we had the privilege to talk to him yesterday, 2-on-1, so take a listen. It's fun.
We got a couple Cougar fans right here.
Yes, big Cougar fans.
And when you think BYU, a lot of people think Jimmer, right?
Absolutely. He was just such a legend at BYU.
And still a household name. Well, guess
Yes.
what? We've got him with us today.
Woohoo.
Jimmer, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us.
Of course. Thanks for having me on. It's always good to be with fellow Cougar fans
Yes.
and alumni. So thank you for having me on.
You
Yeah,
bet.
we're excited to have you kind of fangirling here a little bit. It's exciting. It's really exciting to be talking to Jimmer. Okay, so Jimmer, you were in the Olympics. I know it didn't go quite as you had hoped. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, obviously an incredible experience. I used to love watching the Olympics growing up. I watched everything. I'd watch the archery, I'd watch all the track and field, the swimming, and just to be there and be with the athletes that have put so much time when no one is watching to be at this level is absolutely incredible. So it was amazing to be in the opening ceremonies. It rained the whole time during the opening ceremonies when we were on the boat. Literally, we walked. As soon as we got on the boat, it started raining, and as soon as we got off the boat 2 hours later, it stopped raining. So it was meant to be, supposed to be raining, but everyone was in it at the same time, and everyone was enjoying it and just like, hey, it is what it is. We're in opening ceremonies in Paris. Like, I don't care if it's raining or not. Let's have some fun. And just was an incredible experience to compete and represent the USA.
All right, let's talk about 3-on-3 basketball, excuse me, which is really big. And your team, I tell you, you guys were taking it all, gold medal, the Pan American Games, and then you get to the Olympics and injury strikes. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, no, obviously it wasn't what we wanted, right? And, we have been playing such great basketball up until this point. We became the #1 team in the world in FIBA rankings. We had won, obviously, gold medals in other events. We took second place in the World Cup, last year. We were the right for the job, and we had been playing such great basketball and had beat these teams that we had been playing, several times, and then we always competed, and it was exciting to be able to be there. And then second game, obviously in the beginning, I tore my adductor and my gracilis, and it's going to be about a 6-month recovery. So I wanted to obviously get back in and play, but I just wasn't able to. And it was very, very heartbreaking, to be honest with you. It was very difficult to not be there, but my guys battled. They still were able to win 2 games. And if anyone has ever tried to play that type of brand of 3x3 basketball with 3 players, you would realize how difficult that is. So for them to even win 2 games back to back and give us a chance to get into the knockout rounds was really a testament to how hard they've worked, and but it was tough to be on the sidelines watching.
So are you going to get back to 3-on-3?
We'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. I got to figure out how this rehab goes first. It's another 6 months or so before I can be on the court and actually like playing and getting back into it. And they said it'll probably take a year or so until it's like fully back and fully 100% where I was before. Now it could be quicker. Hopefully I am a quick healer and we'll be able to obviously have good rehab and be able to get everything all situated, but it'll keep getting stronger up to that year. So who knows? I'm not 100% sure yet. Just taking it day by day right now, trying to get back situated and into a routine with my family life and rehab and other things that I'm doing. So right now, I'm more just enjoying being at home and not traveling too much.
Yeah, that's got to be nice to get a little bit of a break like that. Unfortunately, it comes with some rehab, but I'm sure nice to get a little break. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say you're 35 years old, so that's really young. You've got a lot of basketball life ahead of you, right?
Man, I mean, for basketball terms, it's almost ancient, right? Like I don't feel super old, but sometimes you get into your 13th. This is my 13th professional year playing basketball, which sounds crazy. Those years add up just with how much pounding you put on your body, and it's not even about the games. It's about the the practices and all the stuff that you have to do outside of the game. If it was just going and playing in a game, people could do that for a long time, but it's about staying healthy and staying prepared and in the right shape, and all the work that you do that people don't see. That's what adds up, and it builds on that body, and you start seeing like little soft tissue type tear things that happen as you get older, and you just have to continue to maintain. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm still in good shape. I'm still playing great basketball.
Yeah, you are.
But excited, just ready to get on this rehab routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, LeBron's going to be 40 years old, so.
100%. He's like a unicorn, the way that he's been able to do it. It's unbelievable how he stayed so healthy for so long. You don't see guys do that often, but
he doesn't
it's
play
incredible.
Here in Salt Lake City. When it comes to Salt Lake, he refuses to play, so that's probably how he's staying healthy.
That's right. And we've seen a few shots of you while we've been doing the interview of you at BYU, and what an incredible, legendary career you had there. And I'm sure, you've got to be so proud when you look back on those glory days, huh?
It's the most fun I've ever had playing basketball. Playing at BYU, it's, college is just different. You're playing with your friends and the people that you live with, the people you eat with. You're hanging out with your best friends all the time, and then to be able to go out and be able to play the way that we did, especially that senior season. To make a Sweet 16 run and win the conference 3 times while I was there, and just do a lot of amazing things was incredible. But the most fun part for me was just seeing all the fans that were all over the country, and every place that we went, it was sold out crowds, and at least half of the crowd was BYU fans, and it didn't matter where we were.
That's right. And you're probably a household name in China,
incredible.
too.
A lot of crowds around us. Yeah, in China, for sure. Yeah, China is a different beast over there. It's like 350 million casual basketball fans over there. So it's pretty incredible. That's just awesome. How many people watch it. But yeah, those BYU days were something I'll never forget.
Yeah, well,
we will never forget them either. Yeah.
And we just publicly want to thank you for those days and memories. We sure had a lot of fun watching you on the court.
Yeah, best of luck to you, Jimmer, with the recovery and with your family.
Of course.
I know you've got 3 kids, is that correct?
I do. 7-year-old Wesley, 5-year-old Taft, and 2-year-old Grayson.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you
and this year. So it's been a good transition.
Yeah. Best of luck to you in the recovery and in raising that awesome family.
Yeah. All right. Well, take care, and we'll talk to you again sometime.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
You bet.
How fun! Even Utahns follow Jimmer, right?
Exactly. When you're talking to someone like that, you can appreciate it. Just the fact that they're, a Utah, basically, or with Utah ties.
And we loved hearing that those were his glory days. He really did. That was the most fun he had was at BYU. That's pretty cool.
Well, BYU is a fun place.
Yeah, it was 2011 when he won every possible college award with his performance. In fact, President Obama back at that time called him the best scorer, obviously, in the country, a great talent. And even NBA superstar Kevin Durant tweeted, Jimmer Fredette is the best scorer in the world.
Wow.
But that was a long time ago.
Well, and he has a foundation, you guys?
Yes, he does. It's Jimmerosity.
Yeah, go to jimmerosity.org. They'll tell you all about what's going on there, but it's a program called Choose Kindness that he takes to schools across the country, and it's educating kids on, getting bullies out of their lives or encouraging them to be kind to each other. So it's kind of an anti-bully program.
Yeah, and he's fantastic. You'd think, after Barack Obama says something like that to you and you get all this praise that you would get a big head, but he really doesn't. No. He's just so down to earth and just fun to talk to.
Well, before I only knew Ron and Lindsay out of BYU, so this is somebody that
now you know Jimmer.
Now I know Jimmer.
3 Cougars.
He's a lot better than these two.
Like he's your best bud now.
Exactly.
Now you know why BYU is so great.
It's definitely not you two.
It's because of Jimmer. Yep.
We like that Lindsay's wearing red today.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
Perfect.
That's Storm Tracker weather alert red, right?
That's
First alert weather.
Yep, it is. All right, still coming up on Arm Salt Lake, improving safety at intersections.